It's important info. Well, more and more people are turning to medication to help them fall asleep. There's a new concern this morning about teenagers and their use of sleep aids. Plus, an interesting device that might help you get the Z's you need. Hear about neurofeedback, how it works, and how it could change your life.
Well, more young people are turning to sleep aids to help them get a good night's sleep. A new study shows use of prescription sleep aids increased 50% among adults 45 and under. The study was conducted over an 8-year period. College-age adults had the steepest increase in use. The study found young adults are using sleep aids for longer periods of time. Melissa.
There are many alternatives to help you get a good night's rest. We've been telling you how important it is. So now we're going to show you neurofeedback and how this could help people get a good night's sleep. Joining me right now, we have Dr. Michael Schmidt and Victor Alonzo. You are with Neurofeedback Wellness Center in the Woodlands. Right. So glad you're here. And you have brought Mary along with you, who's sleeping better now thanks to this. How in the world does it work?
Well, neurofeedback works in that it begins to look at the brain and listen to what it has to say. Feeds that information back to the individual, and that individual then begins to have what we call coherence between the left-right brain and some of the older parts of our brain.
You also have You have that relaxing music going on, which sounds really good. Todd, can you come over here? We want to take a look, and I'm just going to step on over here and take a look at your computer system. Tell us what you're looking at and how all this works.
Well, we're basically looking at the whole spectrum here of the brain and the frequencies that it produces. I think it can be seen a little bit better here on this screen here. Let's see if we can bring it up. Well, obviously not. But what we're looking at is the beta area, for example. Beta is when you're very anxious. She is not anxious at this point in time. She's developing a lot of theta, which is just on the verge of sleep. And she's doing a lot of processing, and this processing is telling her, hey, there are some things that are out of whack, and you need to be able to concentrate on working on resolving issues like stress. And she's not aware of that, but that's taking place in the subconscious mind.
Well, the reason we are so interested in this is because we had you in a few weeks ago for a completely different subject, because this helps a lot of different disorders.
Yes, it does.
And you happen to have tried this out on one of our colleagues who was having trouble sleeping, and she hadn't even thought about it. And she came back the next day and said, I can't believe it. I'm so relieved. I slept last night for the first time in so long. So that's why we thought this is really something that could help somebody. Let's talk to Mary for just a moment. Mary, you've only undergone a couple of sessions, I understand. Yes. But with just in that small amount of time, you're already able to sleep. What is the difference for you?
Well, before I could only sleep maybe an hour, hour and a half.
At a time?
At a time, and then I couldn't sleep for 2 or 3 hours. And then I sleep again for another hour, hour and a half, and I was always tired. But since I've started the feedback, I sleep a little longer, and I'm not as tired. I'm not dragging through the whole day.
And how many sessions would you suggest that somebody undergoes? She's just started and she's already seeing a difference. Obviously, she wants to see a big, huge difference.
Well, we usually look at, again, a benchmark of 20. The lady that we worked with last time had 10 minutes, and our sessions usually run an hour and a half. Imagine how well she improved in 10 minutes. So we would like Mary to have at least an hour to an hour and a half, and then we also like to put her in deep state. Eyes closed, where they begin to resolve issues that have been really keeping people awake. After all, I think most of it comes down to stress.
Oh, absolutely. And we just take a look at this screen that she is looking at, and it is really relaxing, but she can actually stop things, and how does that work?
She's doing it now. Her mind is engaging. For example, you could watch a movie that you like, and you may cry because it might be sad. But you know there's producers there. So you are actually engaged in what you're doing. And Mary is engaged in what she's doing. If we talk too much, then the waterfall and the music stops. But when her mind is engaged into that scene, then she can hear more music, and there's more of the waterfall or the stars.
That is so amazing. And the last time you were here, it was completely different. So you can change the stuff, and you have all kinds of different ones.
Well, you could even watch a movie.
So do you change it every time for them, or do you keep it on the same one?
Well, for example, sleep's an issue with Mary, so we want something soothing. We don't want something that is very nerving and very abusive to the mind or the person.
Is this something affordable for people?
Well, the going rate is between $150 and $175 a session. We're probably the least expensive, and we're less than $100. We offer a free consultation, as I say, and we're very generous because most sessions are 40 minutes. We go about an hour and a half because we're really concerned about the folks we work with.
That is a huge thing. Any idea if health insurance would cover this?
In some areas, when we have people that have brain damage, and sometimes when we have pain, a doctor will give a prescription to us, and then that covers with some insurances, but not all.
Well, we certainly hope that it keeps helping you, Mary, and your hopes for the future. What do you want to do if you're able to sleep better? Let's say the whole night long.
Oh, wow.
Would you conquer the world?
Yeah, I can do a lot of things.
Well, I hope it works for you. Keep up the good work. Dr. Schmidt, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
So good to see you all here this morning.
Wonderful.
Natalie.